Hey, this video is going to be a solution to the Android versus Apple assignment. So start code and instructions take me to GitHub. So on GitHub here, it's got some start code which I'll download, but first there's a README with some instructions. Basically, there's a website and we're going to make it interactive, right? If I click the Android button, I'm going to update the page, change the image, change the link, change the background color. If they click Apple, same thing. Okay, just different settings. Change the image to an Apple logo, change what the link says, and away you go. Okay, so let's start by downloading this. So I'm just going to download the zip file, and that should automatically download. Show in folder. There it is. Okay, I think I've got another folder open, or I'm going to right click and say File Explorer and open up another one because I need to extract this, right? It's a zip file. So I need to go inside of the zip file, and there's the regular folder that I'm going to extract. And I like to do that. I'm just going to Documents. I've got a CS10 folder, and I'm just going to drag this into here to extract it. Okay, this is now done, so I can get rid of that. I should also clean up these other things. Whatever. Don't need that anymore, don't need that anymore, don't need that. Let's just empty it all. Okay. So JS, Android versus Apple Master, this has my start code in it and HTML, CSS, but no JavaScript yet. Okay, let's add some JavaScript. But first we need to open this project. So if you've installed Visual Studio Code, you can right click and just say open with code if you check that option off when you installed it. Otherwise, you can just go to your computer, Visual Studio Code. I've right clicked and I've pinned it to my taskbar, so I can also just open it from here. And when you open it this way, you can just take this project folder and just drag it into the open space here, and it should launch it as your project folder. So index.html is right here, and the CSS that goes along with it. So I've given you that to start with. I'm going to hit go live, and here it is. I'm going to hit F12 to open up my console, because I like to see if there's any error messages. That was just this fave icon. It tries to load an icon, I think, for that. Anyway, okay. So this thing, Explore the Debate, is a link that takes me to this article, iPhone versus Android. And then there's these buttons here that right now don't do anything. And that's what we're going to add the functionality to. Okay, so let's do that. So first things first is I need a JavaScript file. So I'm going to create a new file, and I'll call it main.js, or script.js is common. In order for this JavaScript to run, we need to load it in our HTML. So we usually do that as the very last thing in our body. I'm going to add a comment here, Control/ to add a comment, and I'm going to say load JavaScript. And then I do a script tag. I'm using Emmet here, so I can just type script and hit tab, and it gives me that script tag. And inside of the start tag, source equals main.js. Okay, so now that should load my JavaScript. I'll go console.log hello, and if everything went well, it should say hello there. Yay, hello. Okay. Let's add one more thing here. Let's start by adding our event listeners. So here are my buttons, and those are the buttons I want to add event listeners to, so that when I click these things, something will happen. So in my JavaScript, I usually select elements using document.getElementById. These buttons don't have IDs, but they have classes. And I'm tempted to say, you know what, instead of doing a class, let's make this an ID. So in CSS, we can do this hashtag to select an element with the ID. And you'll see now that this will have broken it, right? It doesn't have the styles anymore. So if we go in here, though, and we change this class to ID, that should fix it. Okay, good. So that was just changing these buttons to have IDs. I had to update my style sheet so it selected not the class with the ID Android button, but with the class, but with the ID instead. And now in my JavaScript, I can do things like document dot get element by ID, Android btn, add event listener. We'll listen for the click event, and then we'll do something like select Android. Okay, let's add some comments here. I should have a title, Apple versus Android assignment, and then by Mr. V. Here's my event listeners, and then I like to have a comment for event functions. So I'm going to define a function called select Android. All right, this is just the default way to define a function, keyword function, the name of the function, parentheses, braces. And then whatever code is inside of this function will execute when this event happens. So for now, I'm just going to say console.log Android, if I can spell. There, I did it. Okay, save. So that should have added the event listener to this button. If I got the ID right, I think I did. That's the most common mistake, is the ID in the JavaScript and the HTML are different. Okay, let's test this. So I go here, and when I click this, yay, it says Android. Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to copy and paste this, Control-C and then Control-V. And we'll change this to Apple button, and change this to select Apple. And now, why is that color different? That's kind of weird. Okay, well, hopefully that doesn't, isn't anything wrong. Function select Apple, like that. Oh, there it changed. Okay, just some weird formatting thing. And in here, console.log Apple. Okay. So magic, Android, Apple, Android, Apple, Android, Apple. Sweet. So just quick recap, all I did here was in my HTML, I loaded the JavaScript, right? Created that main.js file and loaded it using the script tag here. I updated these buttons so that they had IDs, and I had to fix this to select the ID so that the style didn't break. And then in my main.js, have a title, added 2 event listeners to the buttons, and these functions will now execute whenever I click those buttons. Okay, I'm going to stop it there. In the next video, we'll continue on with the instructions, and we'll start updating the web page to show that the user selected Android. Okay, hope that made sense. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.